Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick 25 in my top 30 Southern Rock album countdown that we're doing each and every day here in the month of June. 30 days of June, my top 30 Southern Rock albums of all time. So for my number 25, we got a pretty cool album that was released on April 20th, 1979 on Epic Records. Produced by John Boylan. Is the mega-selling album from the Charlie Daniels Band, Million Mile Reflections. And speaking of reflections, we got lots of reflection on that, right? There we go. There's the cool painting of the band. There's Mr. Charlie, Mr. Daniels on the back. Yeah, I mean, most people know this album because of a little song that you might have heard called Devil Went Down to Georgia, right? Big, huge hit. Country rock hit, but there's a lot of great material on this album that nobody ever talks about. The band for this particular album: Charlie Daniels on guitar, fiddle, and vocals. You got Tom Crane, the great Tom Crane, underrated guitar player on guitar and vocals. Taz DeGregorio on keyboards and vocals. Fred Edwards, drums and percussion. Charles Hayward on bass, and James Marshall on drums, percussion, with some guest backing vocalists and string arrangements and so on and so forth. So what do we got on here? We got the really great song which kicks it all off called Passing Lane. Most of these are pretty short songs, like 3-4 minutes long tops. Passing Lane is a really great, just Southern rock song, little anthemic tune. Then you got the Soaring Blue Sky. Blue Sky is really good. And what I really like about this album, and a lot of the early Charlie Daniels album, for me, it's like they had one more album after this and then went way too deep into the country stuff for what I normally listen to. But all this album, this is probably their most consistently, rock and pop based album with a little bit of country thrown in as well. But it's more of traditional Southern rock stuff. And you would get like lots of those types of tunes on all the old tracks. You get these bluesy, jammy rockers. You get little bits of jazz. You get the down home old school country stuff. You get the more rootsy stuff. I mean, Charlie Daniels and his band did a lot of variety of material over the years. And man, could these guys play. I mean, some great guitar playing on a lot of these albums between Charlie and Mr. Crane. Just awesome, awesome stuff. So let's go. So Blue Star, great song. Blue Star on my shoulder. Just a great, memorable Southern rock gem. Then you got the more kind of country flavored Jitterbug. You got the great little mellow track Behind Your Eyes. Then the wonderful Reflections. Really great musicianship on this album. Like I said, the guitars, the fiddle, the keyboards, just this swirling sound. The Devil Went Down to Georgia, another great track. You got Mississippi, okay? Blind Man, another great song. And Rainbow Ride, which is the lengthy, jammier piece, which throws little bits of jazz and blues and things in there at the end of the album, Rainbow Ride. So really, really strong album that, for my money, again, I always have a hard time, like, when I talk about, like, the Charlie Daniels Band catalog, like, kind of like ranking my favorites, because you have some of the early albums, which I think contain bits and pieces of, some really fierce Southern rock, kind of more raucous type rocker type stuff mixed in with the rootsy country thing and bits of blues. And then you have this album, which I think does the pop thing really well, and this is much more produced. This is easily his best as far as like listening earworm type of an album. I think this is definitely if not the top one, it's one of the top ones for me. Even though there might be some tracks sprinkled out throughout some of the earlier stuff that I like more than anything on this album. But I think this album, just start to finish, is just really, really solid and easily his best recorded work overall. So there you have it. Million Mile Reflections from the Charlie Daniels Band. Loads of great guitars and keyboards on here, and that little bit of fiddle, great vocals, really lush sounding, enjoyable, fun album. There's a reason why this one sold so much. Obviously, you had the Devil Went Down to Georgia, the hot single, which never hurts, right? But the whole album itself is really, really strong, and I urge anybody who really only knows that song to go and investigate this one, because top to bottom, it's really, really strong with lots of good variety on it. So there you have it. My pick, number 25 on my top 30 Southern Rock album countdown. Let us know what your pick for today is for number 25 and what you think about this album in the comments below. And visit us on the web at www.seaoftranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. All together. All the damn time. I am Pete Pardo. Stay tuned. Tonight for the Hudson Valley Squares, we're going to be talking about our favorite albums released in 1973. So you won't want to miss that as we go back to looking at some years and some of our favorite recordings from those years. So that's coming up tonight here on the channel. Tomorrow we got In the Prog Seat. You know the whole rest of the drill. Wednesday, new album review day. Thursday, the Monsters Den. Friday, Martin Popoff and I at the Fun House. Saturday, the UK Connection. And Sunday, album homework assignment, sprinkled with all sorts of other stuff throughout the week. So I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow morning with my pick number 24 in my top 30 Southern Rock album countdown. Take care.